hear your lips moving.
The live has begun.
Okay. Who's the sergeant at arms?
Seema, Toastmaster Seema.
She's not there, no, in the room?
No, I don't see her.
Okay, the live has begun. Live on YouTube has begun.
Okay.
Rajesh, shall I begin? Or
Yes, please begin.
Yeah.
is that okay, Raji, if I begin?
Yeah. Are we waiting for the sergeant at arms? Like, Amita, like, was it from your club? I don't know. I'm not very sure. That I need to check on the agenda.
Yes, Raji. It's Toastmaster Seema is written.
Okay. So, like, shall we go ahead, Amita, with Havobi? Because it's 6:30. Or shall we wait?
Roshni has not yet joined. Roshni is there. Yeah, we can start. The TMODs are here. The role players are here. Yes, you can begin.
Yeah. So I would request you all to stand up because Raji, for you, it's okay. We understand.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the UAE national anthem, marking the respect for the martyrs, because on 1st of December, we celebrate Martyrs Day in UAE, right? So please all stand up. Yes. Okay. With all due respect to this country and to the martyrs of this nation, I begin today's meeting. I'm Toastmaster Habobi, Sergeant at Arms of the club. Today, with immense pleasure and joy, I welcome you all to this handshake meeting, the members and the guests, Pioneer Speech Weavers Toastmaster Club and ShowStoppers Club. Let's have a rock and roll meeting. Here are some ground rules before we start with the meeting. And yes, before going to the meeting, the mission. The mission of the Toastmaster Club is to provide the positive and supportive learning in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skill, resulting into better growth and greater self-confidence. Core values: rise, respect, integrity, service, and excellence. We rise in all these 4 aspects. Taboo topics are not being discussed. 3 taboo topics we refrain from discussing is religion, sex, and politics. Going ahead with some netiquettes so that we have sound a good meeting, a quality meeting. So ground rules are some don't unmute when the speaker or the role players are performing the roles. Keep your device adequately charged. Sit in a place where you're not getting disturbed. Put your mobile phones either on the silent mode or switch off when you are in the meeting. We are working on the Zoom platform. So we have certain things to celebrate. We have some opportunities to celebrate. We have reaction buttons to applaud, to encourage our speakers and role players. Share screen button to share your slides. Chat button to give feedback or messages to the members. Participation list, you can find the participants in the meeting. On the personal window of each member, there are 3 dots. You can use these 3 dots either to rename yourself, either to have a personal chat to that particular member, or even to highlight or highlight the timer especially. You can use the options, the 3 dots options. With that, I would like to end and hand the podium to the presidents today. I know who one is going to take first. I would like to hand over to Toastmaster, our president, Toastmaster Shiva, and then it goes on. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Havavi, and good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It's really quite nice, right, to see dual members working together, because it's like 2 brothers having their families staying together in a common house where they have to share together. Sometimes some problems will come, but they will adjust together and finally come forward with a solution that is good for all of us, and synergies will happen. That's what I found in this joint meeting with all of us, seeing together a lot of synergy. And I really appreciate all of you joining here and the presence of our beloved Area 64 Director, Toastmaster Raji. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you. It's how many today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 members. Good. Toastmasters, when I was young, I was pursuing a course called Cost and Management Accountancy. That time I was always doing, there were 4 groups. I started writing 2 groups at a time. You have to pass 2 groups to be going for the next final exams. So I was writing all the times 2 groups. That course I started pursuing after my +2 examinations. After +2, I started entering into Cost and Management Accountancy. I wrote both the groups. First time I failed. Second time again, I wrote both the groups, I failed. Then that was the time my uncle came to see me in the hostel. He started asking me, what is your goal? When you want to pass these exams? I said, I want to pass these exams. I'm studying hard. But he asked me, when you want to pass this whole course? That's what my question. I said, okay, I'm working hard, but I don't know, I'm trying my level best. He said, until the time you decide when you want to pass this course and come out of it, you are never going to make it. Then that's the time he came to my room and wrote something. From 3 years from now, you're going to pass the whole course. Today it is 2002, by 2005, you're going to pass this. That's what he wrote to me. Then from that day onwards, I realized that passing 2 groups is not something attainable to me. So I split into 1 group at a time. I wrote first group, I passed, then second group I passed, then I entered into final, third and fourth I passed. Then that's the time I realized goals are really important. We all need to have goals, but having a goal without having a specific thing, time bound, we are not going to make it. So Toastmasters, I would like to emphasize the fact that whenever you want to have a goal, make it as a SMART goal. SMART in the sense, S means be very specific. By what you want to achieve, that goal should be very much specific. For example, you want to become rich. Just by saying you want to become rich, you are not going to become rich. What is rich means to you? Some people may feel that $1 million is rich for them. For some people, 1 billion. So you need to have that specific thing in your mind. Then second thing is your goal should be measurable. If you put some goal, by each and every time passing, you should be able to measure it. Okay, if you want to achieve your goal by 1 year, 6 months, you should be able to progress it. Then you have to move forward. That way you should be measurable. And then the third one is attainable. This is very crucial. You are a resident of India and you don't have to have an ambition to become president of United States. It is something completely unattainable. You should not have such sort of goals. It should be attainable. Then the fourth element comes as R. R something is, it should be very much relevant to you. You are a doctor. So you have to, if you're already a gynecologist, you can think of uplifting yourself into something into doctor. You don't have to become an ambitious person like me to become an accountant. It's completely irrelevant for you. Your goal should be relevant for you. That's a very important thing. And finally, time bound. With all these things, you have to write on your wall, by this date, I'm going to accomplish this task. Smart. Toastmasters, my message to you is have goals, but make them smart. If you don't have smart goals, you are not going anywhere. You might have Rolls Royce with you, but if you don't have gas in it, you are not going anywhere. Have smart goals and accomplish things. And with this note, I would like to welcome my counterpart or fellow president, Toastmaster Amita, onto the dais.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shiva. You spoke so well, so inspiring. There is a saying, everything magical happens outside your comfort zone. And it made sense when recently I read in an article published in September 2019 that what the past international director, Paula Tunison, DTM, has written. She puts it in this way. Toastmasters is like a love affair. Everything is exciting at first, and then if you're not careful, it can become dull and routine. Changing your meetings helps to keep it exciting. Sometimes it's a result of the sameness of the room, identical meeting formats, or the absence of enough new members to infuse the club with new energy. Yet, the remedy is as easy as a little dose of vitamin C. And here with vitamin C, the C stands for creativity. So each club, I believe, that should have this dose of vitamin C every now and then. And that is why this handshake meeting between the Showstoppers and the PSW Toastmasters Club is going to be a real dose of vitamin C to each member here. When the idea of this handshake meeting or the joint meeting was introduced to the club members, they welcomed it with open arms. And that gave us a boost of energy to go ahead. And I thank each member for that spirit. Thank you so much. While Toastmasters can be a great platform to network on, it is still only a byproduct. Toastmasters was formed with the intention of, I would say, first one is helping people improve their communication skills. Secondly, to take their fear of the stage head on. And most importantly, what I like the most out of all this is it provides a safe place to fail. One is allowed to make mistakes, and those mistakes aren't made to appear as blunders, but subtly with a sugar coat, you are made to realize and improve the next time. And again, you are welcomed with open arms and a big heart whenever you're there on the stage. That's the beauty of Toastmasters. Toastmasters works because it's in, I think, very welcoming, very positive and supportive, with each and every member playing a role in every meeting. And every other member is supportive to the growth and success of each other. Actually, I can go on and on like this, but now I think it's time to introduce the anchors of this handshake meeting. Help me welcome the ever enthusiastic and vocal Toastmaster Havovi, who is a teacher by profession. She belongs to the PSW Toastmaster Club. And put your hands together once again to welcome Toastmaster Roshni, who is pursuing her MBBS and belongs to the ShowStoppers Club. They are going to be the TMODs of this meeting. Welcome, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva and Toastmaster Amita. I take the podium. So according to our theme, it's 50th. What is 50th today, in today's time? We are celebrating 50th UAE National Day. It's a time for celebration. It's a time to rejoice and see the hard work, dedication of the leaders who has made this beautiful country from a desert to a place where people come to travel, where people visit. People come here to cherish their dreams, to set their goals, to become something in their life, and to explore many opportunities. More than 200 nationalities resides in UAE. And after leaving our home country, it has become our home away from our home, isn't it? But how it has reached to this, it has its own history. Everything has its history behind it, right? So I will try to share a gist of this, how today what we see, UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, how it was before. So going back to 90s or 20th century, I'm talking about 1901, before 1971, I'm talking about, they were known as trucial states. Trucial states means all these emirates, along with Bahrain, Qatar, and all these 7 emirates were separates. They were small separate kingdoms, like sheikdoms, they were known as, stretch along the, from that Gulf Strait of Hormuz to the western along the Persian Gulfs. And they were all, their main occupation was either fishing, farming of dates, or the main thing was pearling, pearl diving, and pearling was the main industry thriving at that time. And this was the source of income, and they used to earn, people used to earn through this. And even the Britishers, what they did, they signed a treaty along this, all these different emirates, not called emirates, there's all different countries or the different groups. They tried the treaty to use this route for their trade. Why Britishers signed the treaty? Because, and then again, Britishers also assured these people that they will protect this route from the pirates, So in that way, both were having they were having this thing, they were having a treaty, and they were using this thing. The Britishers used to navigate, and the states were having their own way of having this thing with the Britishers. Now, so far, pearling industry was thriving, it was going on well, but because Japanese introduced the artificial pearls, and then the pearl industries in these all states become extinguished. They were not flourishing anymore because of the invention of the artificial pearls by Japan. So then again, there was a question for these people to earn their livelihood. Then that in 1930, they found the crude oil. And in 1960 or 66, they tried to export the crude oil. It was first exported from Abu Dhabi to the other countries. And from that, they found that the oil transportation bring them lot of money and lot of revenue into the states. Then they thought of bringing all the states together as a federation. Bahrain and Qatar did not join, they stood independent. And then in 1971, UAE was formed by the two influential leaders, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, the father of the nation, and Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum. These two leaders had a great courage, and with a lot of hard work, they formed this country, UAE, where we all reside today. So this was a small history of the past. With that, I would like to hand over the podium to my TMOD, Toastmaster Roshni. Toastmaster Roshni, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Havovi. Good evening, everyone. I'm really pleased to be part of this 50th National Day celebrations of my brother country, since I'm from Muscat. So it looks like from the time I've joined Toastmasters, I've always been part of hosting the 50th celebration. Since this last week, we had the wonderful celebrations of the 50th meet of the ShowStoppers Club, and it's been a real pleasure. So along with the National Day celebrations, we will have a fun and spicy session of the game Truth and Dare. And I'm sure here speaking the truth itself is the real dare here. Since this is a handshake meet, I feel this is a fun session for us to get to know each other in this way. So we will play this game after we've heard some of the beautiful speeches from our fellow Toastmasters. And I will be telling you how the rules of the game then. I hand over to the Toastmaster, Havovi.
Okay. Now, before going to our normal section, I would like to ask one question to you all. Which event was held yesterday in UAE or in Dubai, you can say? Which was the biggest event held yesterday? Come on.
The Dubai Run.
Dubai Run. Yes.
Dubai Run Challenge.
Dubai Run. How many kilometers?
10 kilometers.
Very good, Surya. Very good, very good. So now, going to our normal agenda, following the agenda. Now it's a time to learn something new, a new word. Always learning never stops. So let's learn a new word. And a word of the day session will be conducted by Toastmaster David Isaac. Yes, I'm handing the podium to you.
All right, then, welcome everyone to the word of the day. Now, this is the first time I'll be doing this, after a while. So I hope you guys are ready to learn something new, which, I think is going to be pretty fun. Now, let me share my screen so that we get started with the session. Can everyone see my screen? Is it all good? Guys, get a thumbs up. Perfect. So, the word of the day by T.M. David Isaac. Now, what can it be? See, I'm a big fan of suspense thrillers and novels, so I like to just build up the suspense. So I literally designated a slide simply for that reason, just to lighten it up. Well, it is camaraderie. I think that's a great thing for this handshake meeting. I think that's the word described. The camaraderie is defined as mutual trust and friendship among people who spend a lot of time together. And I think, we will all be building up a sense of camaraderie after this meeting, because I definitely see this happening between the two clubs, ShowStoppers and PSW. At the end of it, we shall get the camaraderie. I do hope you enjoyed the sunglasses. PowerPoint has really stepped up its game. But what are its synonyms and antonyms? Well, the synonyms include friendship. I would assume we all are friends over here, like fellowship, companionship, and closeness. I think everyone over here within their respective clubs do feel a sense of friendship, fellowship, companionship, and closeness. That's why we are all here today celebrating this handshake. We would not be here otherwise. But what about its antonyms? There's gloom, bad blood, dislike, hate. And those are a lot of strong words, which I'm not very particularly fond of. But no, that's life. We have antonyms as well, which can obviously disdain it. Next part, how to use it in a sentence. Well, I'm taking this as like a new tale on word of the day. I'm going to be using some live examples which actually happened with me over the last 2 weeks. On the left is the team we went to EEG with, and I felt, and the sentence I'm going to use to describe them is, I felt a real sense of camaraderie when working with this team. They were a bunch of freshers and we just joined together to compete, and these 5 lovely individuals treated me like family and came in the top 4 out of more than 60 universities. The next thing is with my best friend. We share a sense of camaraderie. He and I have been together for the longest time, so camaraderie is there. Friendship, trust, that's definitely one of the things. I do assume you all are kind of surprised because I don't think we've used live pictures or live demonstrations on word of the day. So I think this was a definite new take. But what about you all? All 19, 20 of you in the meeting? How would you use camaraderie in a sentence? Do you want to volunteer or do I have to? And I like picking up. Come on. Does anyone want to give it a chance? All right then. I think I shall pick. Miss Raji, would you want to use the sentence? Would you want to use camaraderie in a sentence?
Sure, why not? Okay, the best part, what I like about Toastmasters is the camaraderie we share with each other. I mean, I think this camaraderie you can't find anywhere. I mean, you are there to applaud for each and everything, whether you like it or not. And today's handshake meeting is proof to that.
What a wonderful sentence. Okay, I think I have maybe one more or twice. 2 more sessions. Let's try Toastmaster Premo. What about you? Can you use that in a sentence?
Hello, good evening, everyone. In fact, thank you, David, for this wonderful and such a positive word. And my try would be the very fact that we have reached our 104th meeting today is a result of the camaraderie that we share as a Toastmasters Club. So thank you each one of us for making it all.
All right, the last word, last time. Toastmaster meter, let's see, Ms. President, let's see what word, how would you use this in a sentence?
You can pick other people who do not have any role to speak.
All right, then.
I think there is you can pick up Ariba.
All
I can
right.
see someone named Ariba.
Toastmaster
Yes.
Ariba, how are you?
Yeah.
Can you use this sentence in a word? Because it's a word in a sentence, please. Sorry.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was not expecting this. Oh my God.
No
Okay, so
problem.
I can take some time.
I have. Okay. I feel a sense of camaraderie with the people here.
That's a good sentence. Good try. Well, I think that brings it up. That brings an end to my session. And I hope you guys learn to use this word. Just know that every time you use it in a sentence, we will be applauding, which is, why we love Toastmasters. I shall hand the stage back to our wonderful team, these Toastmaster Voy and Toastmaster Roshni. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you for giving this word. And it's an apt word for today's meeting. I agree with Toastmaster Raji as well. Moving ahead with as per the agenda, now it's time for speeches, a prepared speeches session. And we have 2 speakers for today's session. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Sri Devi. Her path is presentation mastery. She is going to deliver a speech in level 1, project 2. And the speech title is Beautiful Mess. But before calling the speaker, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Raji, to read the objectives of the speech. Over to you, Raji.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Havovi. Okay, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear friends. My target speaker would be attempting, like the TMOD just mentioned, presentation mastery level 1, project 2. So this is a second speech from evaluation and feedback. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose statement of this project is to apply the feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting, and for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful, and evaluation speech. All the best, Toastmaster Sridevi. Over to you.
The Zoom master, can you please spotlight the me and the timer, please?
Yes, I'm just getting there. I'm trying to find Toastmaster initiative. May I just ask the timer, please? Who's the
Ishita, Toastmaster Ishita.
All right. So I think we're set. All right.
Am I visible and audible?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't see the timer yet.
Timer, it would be better if you rename as timer. So that it's easy for everyone. Yeah.
Toastmaster Sridevi, can you switch your viewing settings? Like click on view and click gallery. Because now you're on speaker. You click on gallery, it's next to next.
Yeah.
All right. Is it visible now?
Yeah. But the timer is not. Yeah. Beautiful mess. As introduced by the TMOD, I am Sridevi Murali. But friends, do you know the real me? Before marriage, I was a disciplined dancer, an organized student, and a very passionate artist. On 28th of January 2007, I got married. I decorated my home beautifully. Well-arranged clothes, well-kept books, and beautiful shelves. Mess was nowhere around. Everything was in order. Good evening, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and future Toastmasters. I was bored of the perfect order in my life. I wanted a life full of mess and my walls to be scribbled. What? Are you thinking I'm insane? Well, I craved for a messy home, for my hallway to be filled with mud prints, not for 1 year, 2 years, but 8 long years. I was looking forward to transform from a passionate artist to a beautiful mother. And the wait was 8 long years. Finally, on 19th March 2015, my son mother was born. My messy life had begun. Sleepless nights, half-eaten plates, cold meals, mess all around. But every time I took him in my arms, I felt it's all worth it. It's a beautiful mess. On the 28th day ceremony, the previous night, I and my mother had hardly slept, but we had to put up a smile before all the people invited, just like a dancer has to smile throughout her performance. The ceremony of putting jewels on the little one had begun, and everyone was silent. Suddenly, my cousin's 4-year-old daughter shouted, "Boys don't wear bangles." and everyone had a great laugh. As he started walking, my trouble doubled. I would fold the clothes and he would scatter them. I would clean up the mess and he would make more. One day, as I was cooking and he was playing around, I suddenly turned back to find him missing. He had climbed up a table and shouted, "Amma, I'm here!" Shocked to see him on the table, I rushed, but he fell before I could reach. With God's grace, he was not hurt much. That day, I learned a mother needs to have eyes all around her. You never know what happens when. As he turned 2, I conceived my second baby. I called up my mother and asked, "Amma, how do I manage 2 kids?" My mother, in a very calm tone, explained, "Just like I raised you and your brother, it will all happen." On January 25th, 2018, my daughter Meera was born. As I fed her my first milk, her heartbeat increased. She was taken to the NICU. But I didn't lose hope because I knew she's a born fighter. Being a premature baby, she needed a lot of extra care and no visitors were allowed. This turned a blessing in disguise for both me and my baby as we got enough rest. As she grew up, my son became her best teacher. He would read out stories to her, reading, "Baby, this is how the elephant sways its trunk." Watching them play together, I learned motherhood is all about such little moments which later become memories. As she turned 2, the pandemic broke. Online schooling, a whole new concept had entered our lives. Husband working at home, the elder one online schooling, no maids, and the younger one getting naughtier and naughtier every day. Drove me crazy. I had to put Meera next to Mother for his classes. One day, as the class was coming to an end, the teacher shouted with joy, "Hey, there's a Peppa Pig in the class." That is when I realized my daughter was holding a Peppa toy in her hand. Everyone had a great laugh. Soon, I realized my kids don't need a perfect mother. They need a happy mother. I joined the Toastmasters and it gave an educational purpose to my life. They started going to school and I got busier with my club meetings. As the debate contest organized by District 105 was going on, a volcano had erupted in my house. My daughter had poked something into her eyes and it turned red. When asked why, she explained with innocence, "Amma, just like the black thing you put in your eyes, I put a sketch pen in my eyes so that it's more colorful." Hearing this, my anger turned to laughter. Thus, being a mother of 2 little ones, I realized motherhood is a beautiful mess. So friends, our kids don't need perfect parents. They need happy parents. Please don't forget to keep yourself happy. Do everything that makes you happy because that is what they need. As I wind up my speech, let me quote the lines of Betty White. "It isn't easy being a mother. If it were, fathers would do it." Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Roshni, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Sridevi, and it actually brought about the beautiful mess of motherhood. So now I invite the second speaker, Toastmaster Roshan, who will be giving his innovative planning speech on level 3 and project 3. His title is The Road Less Traveled. Toastmaster Roshan.
I will read out the purpose of the speech. I am his evaluator. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. The speech length will be 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Roshan.
I asked my guru how to inspire people by speech. My guru asked in return, how did your parents and grandparents inspire you? By their speech or by their deeds? Good evening, pioneers and showstoppers. When I was a small kid, grade 2, grade 3, that age, me and my siblings, we used to wait in the evening, every day evening. We used to wait for our grandfather to return from his shop. He was a shop owner. We used to call him Abba. Abba used to come and he used to tell us stories. Now this Abba, our grandfather, had a partner or a friend who was his assistant in the shop. His name was Sajja. Abba and Sajja shared a great camaraderie. I got it right. Now, what we used to do, every night after food, we used to listen to Abba's stories, and Sajja too was joining us in listening to the Abba's stories. Once in a while, Abba used to give us some reason not to tell the stories. He was telling, no, I don't remember any story tonight. Maybe he was tired. Then we used to tell him, we are very clever. We used to tell him, okay, Abba, you don't have any story? Tell us your story. And here it goes. Our Abba's story, in his words, I put in my words. In his youth, he was a trader. He was transporting things which are local produce in Mangalore, our coastal part of the country. He was taking them to the Ghats section, the towns in the Western Ghats, like Chikmagalur, Madikeri, etc. About 100-150 kilometers. And how he was taking? By the bullock cart. He, Abba, and 2 bullocks. He used to take rice, coconut, etc. And on the way back, he used to bring the local produce there, something, pepper or something. Now, one day what happened? When Abba was on his way, a robber in the night, in the forest route, he robbed him. And it was, I think it was normal, pretty normal those days. And if you're carrying around 400-500 kilos rice, he asked only maybe 3 to 4 kilos. He gave. On his way back, after a week, the same robber is crying and is asking Abba, please help me. And I am running out of food. After you went, there is no cart passed by. So no robbing, no rice for me to eat. Abba said, I have only limited food for myself and my bullocks. If you want, you can come with me till we go to the coastal place. On the way, whenever I am cooking, I can feed you. I can share my food with you. So Abba and the robber both came along next 4 or 5 days. See this. You can imagine a robber and the one who got robbed, the victim, sharing the food and sharing the way. Now I call this a road less traveled because people were not there, no other carts, and also to take your robber along with you. Then once a neighboring lady, when my Abba was going on his business tour with the bullock cart, a lady gave him a cat in a bag. She told, I cannot feed her anymore and she is not catching the rats anymore. So please leave her somewhere in the Western Ghats, in the jungle. When Abba returned, the lady saying, "Sir, within 2 days, the cat is back at home." Abba said, "See, your cat is faster than my bullocks, so it came very early." And he laughed a bit. And with this, like these small, silly stories, we, the small children, used to be very happy and we used to go to bed. Few years later, when I was grade 7, my Abba passed away. And that was the last time we saw Sajja in our place, in our village. After Abba's funeral, Sajja vanished, disappeared with the crowd. I asked my Dad, if Abba took 6 days to go to Chikmagalur and then another 1-2 days for the cat to come back, how come the cat came within 1 or 2 days back? It should take at least 8-9 days. My dad said, "Do you think really cat would have come if Abba would have left it across the river also? Forget the Western Ghats. Across the river near our house, it couldn't have come. This much water is there in the river. How the cat would have come?" Abba was an animal lover. He didn't know. Then I asked my Dad, what about that robber who came along with our Abba from Chikmagalur or from the forest to the coastal area? Where you think he must have gone? My dad said, "My dear, who do you think this Sajja was? Great friend and partner of your Abba. Who was he?" I was speechless. I knew their camaraderie, but the camaraderie of a robber and a victim, and it went on for years, and I came to know after both went away from our life. Now I thank my Guru for inspiring me to get inspired from my parents and grandparents. And if you are all inspired by this story, please make sure do love animals and don't please try the other story. Don't get friends with any robber. Over to you, TMOD. TMODs.
Thank you, Toastmaster Roshan. That was a truly inspirational story. So now I call out the Toastmaster Nishchita, our timer, to evaluate.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sridevi, and thank you, TM Roshan, for the beautiful speech. TM Sridevi took 6 minutes 58 seconds, and TM Roshan took 6 minutes 27 seconds.
So both are qualified, right? Can I launch the poll for both the speakers? Okay, the polling part is done.
All right, Toastmaster, for TMODs, we can go on to the next segment.
Welcome back. Before going to our another session, I would like to ask you something. What is the story behind the logo of Expo 2020? Does anyone know? Story behind the logo of Expo 2020. Why it is chosen, that logo? What does it mean? Okay, I will tell you. It's a logo. Actually, it's an artifact dating back to Iron Age. And it is 4,000 years old. It has been chosen. That was a symbol taken from a ring that has been found from that particular site, and that ring was 4,000 years old, dating 4,000 years old. So from that ring, they got inspired, and it has become the logo for this Expo 2020. So this was an amazing, interesting fact about the ring, about our the logo. Now, it's time for an interesting session, which is one of my most favorite. A small session, but more interesting. I don't waste much time because I'm just handing over to a very energetic table topic master. And this session is going to be conducted by Toastmaster Surya. Toastmaster Surya, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Havovi and Toastmaster Roshni. You both are really so lively and so happy. And I feel energetic. Your energy spills over to me. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go on to our table topic session. I think all of us are Toastmasters here today. Still, I must say a basic thing about our table topics. As you all know, it's an impromptu session. You just have 2 minutes. Not the Maggie noodles. Here your words are going to be your noodles. And I'll just show you something. Today my table topics is about idiotic idioms. So no, not a bad way, but idiotic idioms. I know idioms and idiotics are some way related to each other. There is a camaraderie between both of them, I feel. And let's spill over, let's get more camaraderie into our words and our own talks today. Only 2 minutes of speech for every person. And you will get, you're qualified after 1.5 minutes itself. So that's so good to become a table topic best speaker. You also have a good prize that will come up. And our double presidents are going to give you double prizes today. So I think all of us should be ready and charged for it. So let us begin. Now I'll just start, share my screen with you. Okay. So who should I call first? Who all are ready to go with our idiotic idioms? Can you all see my screen?
Toastmaster Surya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So I think let's go with a seasoned Toastmaster here. We have Toastmaster Raghu here. And he's been quite silent for some time. So let me call upon him. Are you there, Toastmaster Raghu?
I think he has left, Surya. Can't see him in the room. Yeah.
No problem. Any other volunteers ready to jump? Oh, wonderful, our word master. Okay, Toastmaster David. Now let us think what to give you, something which will make you think and speak. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So as you know, there is it is a funny thing to do, but let's see how you can make it when pigs fly. Something that is unlikely to happen, often said a little mockingly or maybe sarcastically. Whatever comes into your innovative mind, you can please go ahead with it. Your topic is for idiot. You begin our idiotic idiom session with when pigs fly.
All right, then. Thank you, Toastmaster Surya, for this wonderful topic, when pigs fly. And good evening, everyone. Welcome. I should say I'm back. What happens when pigs fly? Let's see. Definitely. When pigs fly, when I start sounding like Adele, pigs will start to fly. Or why bring it out to Adele or Arjit Singh? That'll be the day pigs fly. Because I've been known to sound like a croaking toad when I begin my singing career. I've been told that by my brother. I've been told that by my best friend. And I have also been told that by the girl I had a crush on. When I decided to sing her a wonderful song, she said, you know, David, you know who you remind me of? I was expecting who? Who did I think? You remind me of a toad. So I realized at that point, the first and only time I shall begin to have a career in singing if speaking does not go my way is the day pigs fly. I'll begin a singing career. So thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Surya, for letting me share this insightful topic about my singing career.
Thank you so much. I think that deserves a big applause, right? Quite unthinkable and quite innovative too. Wonderful, wonderful. Now let us come on. Any other volunteers over here? We all see young, energetic people around here. I think let us call our general evaluator, General Toastmaster Priyanka Prasad, with a beautiful smile. Please come over.
Sure, no problem. Yes.
Okay. This is an easy one, and I think I'm inspired with Roshan and his cat. So it's an easy one. I hope you like it. Cat got your tongue. The meaning, as you all must be knowing, is unable to speak or think of something to say. But here, you have to speak about that kind of a situation. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you very much, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Surya, for giving me such a topic. It's an idiom. That's cat got your tongue. So this is something that I experience every time when the Table Topics Master calls me out for speaking in a table, giving me a topic and calling, and I have to speak impromptu, which I am not very fond of in Toastmasters because I'm quite unable to speak on spot and I'm very bad at it. So, and also in places where when I'm called upon, especially on stage, I am a person who is afraid. I have like stage fright, and that's the reason why I've joined Toastmasters. So that's the scenarios where really cat gets on your tongue, and that's one of the scenarios where I am unable to speak, and even my brain goes frozen, and I'm not able to speak anything. And yes, and I think that's it from me. Thank you very much, Table Topics Master. Over to you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please give a big applause to that. The cat has got my tongue now. Thank you so much. Okay, now let us go on to another person. Any other volunteer, or should I pick up? Okay, I'll call upon Toastmaster Deepa. I haven't heard from her. Toastmaster Deepa, Ajit, can you please take up the next topic? Toastmaster Deepa, are you there?
Yeah, she's our guest.
Yeah, definitely. Guests should get a time to talk.
Deepa, can you unmute Deepa? Yeah.
Okay, Toastmaster Deepa, can you hear me?
I think, okay, she has a problem with the mic.
She has written a message here. She has a problem with the mic. I can only hear. I cannot speak.
Okay. So
Cat got her tongue.
I think that's your cat is really creating a lot of problem now, Roshan. It's taking over the microphones of people, huh? Okay, so no problem, Toastmaster Deepa. We'll hear from you next time. So happy to have you in our double meeting today. Now, let me call upon Toastmaster Raji. our area director, welcoming her to our double meeting. So happy to have her.
Surya, I'm just writing my evaluation report.
Okay. No problem, no problem. Then we can excuse you, right? Any other volunteers?
Toastmaster Roji, maybe. Toastmaster Roji is also there.
Toastmaster Roji.
Yes.
I'm here as the trivia master, listening to all what you're saying, and
and making
I'll
questions.
try, but I'll try. Yeah, if you want, I'll try.
Okay, I'll give you a little naughty one, which I think women love. This one is for you, Toastmaster Roji. The pot calling the kettle black. And before the ladies all kill me, I'm just joking, okay? It means being hypocritical, criticizing something for something you are actually guilty of. So it reminds us of our TV serials, don't you think so? Anyways, for fun's sake, let me call upon Toastmaster Roji. Please speak on this topic. Over to you, dear.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya, for the idiom. Let me just give a try. Pot calling the kettle back. Okay, so meaning is being hypocritical. I'm hearing this idiom for the first time. So let me just criticize someone for something you are guilty of. Well, sometimes this happens among my family members, especially when sometimes I'm asked to do a few things at home, but I go on doing with my own kind of things, the areas of my interest, like reading, writing, etc. So when the things are not done, I tend to say, like, my children can also do those things. Why should they always look forward for me to do these things? So in that case, though I was asked to do the errand, but when I don't do it and go for some other things of my interest, that guilt, that passing the blame game starts. And then sometimes I might say, okay, my children are grown up, why can't they do that? And therefore, these are regular situations that happen in my life. And now it has become like, it's okay. So when mama is doing some work, okay, the children starts understanding the situation instead of making me hypocritical all the time. That very bad nature of mine, like being hypocritical in those circumstances, have led my children to understand the situation. So it was a blessing in disguise. And that's about it. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Surya.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roji. I think this is a situation we all face with grown-up children now. And I think
Yes.
Toastmaster Sridevi also summed it up well. We have to try to be more happy to make them happy. Okay. The timer, how much time do I have? Can I call 2 more people? Timer?
The time is up. It was from 7:18 to 7:30.
Okay.
Now it's 7:34.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So once again, I must say a big thank you to all of you to make this idiotic idiom session so nice and funny and full of life that we all need. Thank you so much, everybody. And over to you, our double TMODs. Whoever takes up from here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. It has been a really fun session. So now I call upon Toastmaster Nishita to give her timer report.
Hello, everyone. Speaker 1, TM David took 1 minute, 10 seconds. Speaker 2, TM Priyanka took 1 minute and 1 second. And Speaker 3, TM Roji took 1 minute, 32 seconds.
Okay, can we launch the polls also? I forgot to say that in the closing. Who is going to give the polls in this double meeting? I mean,
yeah, I'm going to conduct the poll. Can you read out the names one more time? I have Toastmaster Roji, Toastmaster David,
and Toastmaster Priyanka.
Toastmaster Priyanka. We have only 3 speakers.
Yeah.
We have 4, I guess. Toastmaster David, Toastmaster Deepa, Toastmaster Roji, and Priyanka, I guess.
Okay,
Deepa could not
speak, right?
Yeah. Deepa could not speak, right?
So we have 3.
We have only 3. Okay.
3. Easy to vote.
I think proceed. I will be writing the names. It takes a couple of minutes, so I will launch in between.
Okay. Coming back. Okay, how many countries are there in Expo 2020? How many countries are included?
185.
No, still more, little more.
192.
186.
Exactly
191.
right. 192, 192, 192. Yes. Okay, good. And what are the themes? Which are the 3 themes for Expo?
Hope,
Sustainability.
Opportunity, mobility, and
opportunity.
sustainability.
Yes, very good. Good. How many colors are there in UAE national flag?
4.
Tell me, which are these 4 colors?
Black, white, green, black, and red.
Green.
Red, green,
Yes.
black.
And red.
And they are called Pan-Emirates colors, Pan-Arab colors. Pan-Arab colors, they are called. Listen it very carefully. You're going to have a trivia session also. So I'm repeating Pan-Arab colors, okay? And it was designed by Abdullah Muhammad Al-Mina. Okay? It was designed by in 1973. Okay, got it? Little exercise today, okay? Okay, going ahead with our session. Now, it's a session to give constructive feedback to the speeches, and it's an evaluation session. But before that, I would like to call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Priyanka Prasad, for conducting the session introduction to the evaluation segment. So a small intro for our general evaluator. Currently, she is pursuing her master's degree in information science in Manipal Academic of Higher Education. She is also working as marketing intern in a company called One Automation. She joined Toastmasters 10 months back. She's having a great experience interacting with different people. Thus, she's enjoying Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka Prasad.
Thank you very much, TMOD, for the warm welcome. And it's a complete honor to be part of this meeting. So Toastmaster Shiva has told me that I'll have to introduce the evaluators for today. So the first evaluator I'm going to introduce will be a person who is the Area 64 Director, and a person who I have met for the first time in Area 24 debate contest. She was a debate moderator and I was one of the participants. And I was just astonished by the way she presented herself. She was very cool and composed. And even though there were technical glitches happening in the contest, she was very cool. And the way she carried over and how she did the debate was just completely awesome. And I was looking up to her, and that's how actually we should even try to moderate the debates and how to conduct a meeting. We should learn that from her. And she is an amazing personality and such a cool personality to be with. I hope to see her soon in maybe in a physical meeting. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Raji Nair to evaluate Toastmaster Sridevi's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Raji.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that humble introduction. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sridevi, the graceful dancer and the storyteller, for delightfully presenting your beautiful mess. I like the title of your speech, and I loved it even more when you connected it with a beautiful story. Okay, now let me straight dive into the evaluation part. What I liked about your speech and where you excelled. There is no second thought that you have an expression. You have an expression of a master, and it comes out so organically and easily to you being a dancer. A very articulate speaker, and voice modulation is your strength. The pace and pause was in right balance. And there was humor sprinkled throughout the speech. You know, I had that smile from the time you started till the time you concluded. especially when you said, boys don't wear bangles. And that expression was so evident on your face. I quite liked it. And this is how the elephants sway their trunk. Your expression was very much in sync with the content and relevant. It was not just out of context. And the way you said you were craving for a messy life, muddy hallway, put a smile on your face. I mean, who could do that? And your wish was fulfilled when your child was born. So kudos on that. So these are your strong points. So if I have to give you a suggestion, very small, it would be like, I felt like you have done extremely well on the presentation part, the delivery part. I was also craving to see those two beautiful mess of yours. You could have put up a picture, and that would have really, that was the icing on the cake. I felt like you craved for it for 8 long years. I was craving to see those two beautiful mess. So that is the only suggestion I felt I could give you. In summary, I would say it was a beautiful personal story shared with passion, confidence, and articulation. And from what I gather from your first speech, you have taken the cue from there and you look straight into the camera and the audience. Great presentation and delivery. So keep up your awesome strength of expression, voice modulation, and articulation. I mean, these are your strong points. And these points are very helpful when you take part in a contest, for a speech contest. It comes very naturally to you. So please enhance on that. Your strong points, keep enhancing on that. And I see you, from Area 64, I see you as a very strong contest speaker. Yeah. All in all, a graceful presentation without any flaws, and indeed a beautiful mess. Over to you, Tia Modi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raji, for evaluating Toastmaster Sridevi's speech. Now we'll move on to our second evaluator, a person who is the Assistant PQD of Area 64 and the current president of ShowStoppers Toastmasters. And also she is very excited to celebrate a 50th birthday of UAE. And also she has mentioned that it corresponds to her husband's birthday. And I wish her husband a very advanced birthday wishes as well. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Amita to evaluate Toastmaster Roshan's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Amita.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Priyanka. Congratulations to my target speaker, Toastmaster Roshan, for completing your L3P3 project titled The Road Less Traveled from Inspire Your Audience Pathway. Toastmaster Roshan, I really liked your confidence, your stories which you used to inspire your audience today. Thank you for a vivid and relatable speech. Things that really stood out for me are, first, your confidence. Secondly, your stories. Third, the flow of the speech kept me hooked to know what was in store further ahead. I would like to commend you for that. I really like the way you described the camaraderie between your Abba and the supposed to be robber named as Sajja. Okay, now the few things that I would like to suggest are, first, you used great words and had great vocal variety, but you could use a little of voice modulation. There could be a kind of dialogue between the lady owner of the cat and your Abba, or you as a young child and your father. There could be a voice modulation when you were talking to your father in that childlike voice, or looking up to your father and your father looking down and talking to you in a manly voice. Second, because it was a kind of storytelling, there could be more of gestures, a bit of dramatic ones. Like when you introduce the robber, it could be shown as a robust robber You could have given some kind of gesture which showed us that he was the robber and your Abba was the placid one. He was a kind of who was not intimidated by the robber, but he became friend with him. And third point, when you spoke about the time your Abba passed away, I noticed there was a pause. I appreciate that, but it could be more projected in your voice too. What I found was your gestures was just the monotonous movement of hands where you're clasping your hands and the voice could be heard over the mic. So you can take care of that. Lastly, I would say the ending was a bit unclear, not precise. Like you could actually conclude by connecting the title, Road Less Traveled, to the ending which you gave. Now here, you had two endings, two messages here. Do love animals and don't become friends with robber. So one is a positive sentence, do love animals, and the other one is a negate sentence. So actually, it was not very clear when you said in the end, road less traveled was corresponding to which one, you know? So I found that a bit confusing. So you could have charted it out, the ending in a more better way, I feel. To summarize, keep up your confidence, keep up your storytelling flair. To improve, you could work on your voice modulation. Your gestures can be more related to the context, and try to chart out the conclusion with a strong message. The road less traveled itself is very strong in itself. You could have used it even more during your speech. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amita, for evaluating Toastmaster Roshan's speech. And now it's time to hand over the stage to the TMODs of PSW and Showstoppers. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. Before going ahead, I would like to call upon the timer for the report.
Hello everyone again. TM Raji Nair took 3 minutes. TM Amita took 3 minutes 46 seconds.
Oh, okay. So only Raji is qualified, right?
Amita is slightly over, but should we go ahead?
Okay.
Go ahead polling, just 10 seconds ahead of.
Okay.
Toastmasters, you decide. If you say, okay, let's go ahead, then we will. Okay. So now I have two pollings to launch. Initially, we also had the stable topics that also I'm going to launch. Firstly, I'm going to launch the evaluation segment. Okay, now the evaluation poll is completed. Now I'm going to launch the table topics polling.
It's done. Are we good to go?
Yes, poll is done. So all the polls are done. Go ahead,
Okay.
Toastmaster.
Okay. Before moving ahead to another session, some more facts. In UAE, there are no rivers. Okay. And UAE is the first country in the world to appoint a minister for the artificial intelligence. It's the first country. Okay. What is Abu Dhabi? What is Abu Dhabi?
Capital of
Dhabi is the capital
Capital
city
of UAE.
and the biggest emirate in UAE.
More. It's one more thing. It's one more thing.
Abu means father of Dhabi.
Dhabi actually means a deer. It's that ghazal.
Father of deer, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's ghazal. But still, one more fact is there with Abu Dhabi.
It has got
oil
and
producer.
gas.
No, it's a natural island also. It's a natural island of UAE. It is made up of small 200 islands, and which is the another island of UAE? Abu Dhabi is the one. I'm talking about the natural one, sir. It's a very famous one, near to Abu Dhabi only.
Aleen.
No, Aleen is a small town, city connected to it.
Abu Dhabi. No.
It's a bird sanctuary. It's a
Banias.
Yes,
Sir Banias.
Sir Banias, yes. Very good. So now it's time for our talent show, and not taking much time, I'm handing away the podium straight away to my another TMOD, Toastmaster Roshni. Over to you, dear.
So now we've heard a lot of speeches, and I'm sure everyone's worked up because they had to prepare a lot of speeches now. So now let's have some fun session. So who's up for a spicy and fun game of truth and dare? So let me tell you how we'll play this game. So I will be spinning the wheel of fortune with your names on it, and whoever is that fortunate person will have to choose whether they'd answer the truth question or do the dare. I'll be sharing the screen. Can everyone see the screen?
Toastmaster Roshni, you also explain truth, how the truth and how the dare. Is everyone aware what has to be done truth means, what has to be done dare means?
Okay. So if I ask you a truth question, you will have to be honest, and you will have to answer whatever your answer should be apt. You should be telling the truth. It could be anything. And if I ask you to do the dare, for example, if I ask you to sing a song, that's a dare, and you'll have to do it. So that's how the game goes.
Very good. Now I think everyone is clear. Okay, go ahead, Toastmaster Roshni.
Okay, so
Roshni, is it possible to just change the spelling of my name? The last. It can be Toastmaster David.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
No, it's nothing. It's fine now. My last name, the last name Isaac. It's ISAAC, not ISSAC. That's fine.
Oh, sorry, sir. I'll just remove that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
Also, I think Toastmaster Surya. I think today the pigs are going to actually fly. That's one of the dares from Toastmaster Roshni.
So, can I start the session?
Sure, go ahead. We are all waiting with pumping hearts.
Okay, so I'm spinning the wheel. Let's see who's the fortunate person.
Is there any glitch, or is it the slow motion of the wheel?
I think it's slow.
I think it's a glitch. Is it?
I thought my network is not working. Thank God.
Yeah, even I thought that.
It was a small network error. I'm really sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay. You had 2-3 people waiting
It was
for
a TM. First, it was stuck with Amita, so we'll go with that.
No. I already have that
Oh,
soft
Amita,
skill.
done, Amita, done. The glitch is
Can
for
get
you.
someone else. Who is the quietest one here right now?
So did you guys see who was the fortunate person?
No, who
Yes,
you,
yes, Amita, presidency. Come on.
No.
it got stuck on
Okay.
Toastmaster Vita's name first, so it's on her.
Okay. All right. So we'll just start with our president, Toastmaster Amita.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Miss Amita, what would you choose, truth or dare?
Truth.
All right. So what is the craziest thing you've done in your college days?
College days. Those are beautiful, lovely memories of my college days and school days. I was in a college where it was like a school-like discipline, and we were allowed only to wear churidars, and we had this prayer to be done as soon as we enter the college. There was a playground and we all had to stand like the school children and do the prayers. It was a Jain college. And the best part was there were just 2 boys in the class and rest 20 girls. So they used to be like the gatekeepers for us, and all the girls inside the class used to do all kinds of mischiefs. The one thing is we all used to wear churidar over the dresses which we want to wear actually in the class, and come and just have a kind of fashion show when the sir is not around. And the 2 boys used to be like the gatekeepers of the class. That is the craziest thing I think we all have done in the college.
That's really nice. So I'm sure you have enjoyed your college days a lot. So now let's see who's the next one. I'll spin the wheel again. So now it's Toastmaster Raji.
Good Lord. All right, bring it on.
So are you up for the truth or the dare?
Truth.
Okay. If you have been given 1 week time before the world ends, what would you do?
Okay, I would make the best use of it. Just go on a world tour, blow out the money, because anyways, I'm going to die after a week's time. The world is coming to an end. I'll make the best use of it, have a ball with my friends, family, because I believe in living in the moment and not saving for the future or something, so I'll make the best use of it in whatever way, whatever excites me or whatever gives me that fun. So yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the only way we could spend our time.
Yeah, because I have only 1 week. So I'll make the most of it. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raji. So let's see who's the next one. Yeah. So now it's Toastmaster Roji. Toastmaster Roji? I can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you choose, truth or dare?
Truth.
Why is everyone choosing the truth? No one is up for a dare?
All
No, I
right.
prefer to be honest people.
So, did you ever pretend to be sick to get out of something?
I can't hear the question. Your voice is breaking.
Did you ever pretend to be sick to get out of something?
Did I ever pretend to be sick?
Yeah.
During my school days, of course, maybe first standard, second standard, third standard, I didn't want to go to school some days. And therefore, I would have to make up some stories then. So I have pretended having stomach ache, saying, Mama, I can't go to school today because I have stomach pain. And then they knew what the sickness was. And my father said, let's go out and go to the doctor and get the medicine. But you put your uniform so that the doctor would be very happy to see you in the uniform. And he would have my school bag with him, take me, pretend he also told me a lie that yes, we are going to the doctor, and then he slowly took me to the school and put me there. So I have lied, of course, yes.
That's only your school, not now when you're working and.
True, of course, yes. Human beings do lie for with a good cause, definitely. But the memory is always related to my childhood days where we do all those mistakes. But then sometimes we do lie. For example, if somebody is in the hospital and you want to, you don't want to make the related people, the persons who are related to that person who is in the hospital, to get emotional about it, we may lie that he would recover and all such things, definitely. And also for our own benefit or for with a better cause in mind, definitely I do lie. I'm not a saint, of course. So I do lie that. Over to you, Toastmaster. TMOD Roshni.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Rajoji. I think Toastmaster Prema, she raised her hand.
Sorry.
Would you like to say something?
Sorry to you, Muri, Roshni. I just can see a little Toastmaster who is very interested in this game, and I thought we have to give her a chance as well.
Sure. What's her name?
There she is with Hawovi, Junior Hawovi. So she messaged me that.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, what's your name?
What's your name, Till? What's your name? What's your name? Are you say your name?
My name is Della Bangara.
Loudly.
My name is Della Bangara.
Hi. So you want to participate? You want to take part in this game?
You want to take part in the game? Okay. Say loudly. Yes.
Okay. So do you want the truth or the dare?
Truth or dare? Dare.
Dance.
Okay. So do you like doing pranks?
Give a big
Have
hand.
you ever pranked anyone? Have you ever pranked anyone, Della?
What do you want to do? Tell me. Tell.
Dancing.
Have you ever? You want to dance? All right.
Dancing.
Okay. What do you want to dance on?
Any music?
Any music.
What should I play? Tell me your favorite song.
Any song? Udi Udi Jai.
नहीं उड़ी उड़ी जाएंगी.
Jaldi kar, time jai. Any song? Say like this.
Any song.
Time. You're wasting my time.
What's your favorite song?
उड़ी उड़ी जाए.
Hey,
that's a good job.
Working was not given any choice. Go for it, Delnaz.
Come on, dance. You're able to hear? You're able to hear? You're able to hear?
नहीं एक मिनट. तुम शाम रेको करो पसंद.
Okay, play. Auntie, are you playing the music?
Auntie, are you playing the music?
Can you? Yeah, yeah. Auntie.
Auntie.
Let's get it. No. Come on, odi jai. Come on, dance. Yeah. Odi jai. Dil ki patang pe dekho odi jai. Odi jai. Odi jai. Odi jai. Dil ki patang pe dekho odi jai. Odi jai. Odi jai. Dil ki patang pe dekho odi jai. कहने को तो खेल है ये तेरा मेरा सोचा पर मेरा दिल है पतंग और तेरी नजर माछा मुझे चलपटी पतंग जुड़ी जुड़ी जाए उड़ी उड़ी जाए उड़ी उड़ी जाए दिल की पतंग देखो उड़ी उड़ी जाए तो दिल उड़े तो दिल उड़े मुझे आसमानों में जुड़े तो दिल उड़े तो दिल उड़े मुझे आसमानों में जुड़े Wow, Della, that was an amazing dance performance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, dearest. Thank you. So let's. Are we up for more rounds?
This is fun. Let's continue.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, can I intervene, please?
Come on, VP Education.
I guess somebody wanted to speak in between. Who was this?
Yeah, it's me, Amita.
Yes,
I just wanted to say, looking at the agenda, I think we are running late. So
I think we can take this one and then go.
Yeah, we can take this one. And then after this, we can have the testimonial instead of the trivia. And if the time permits, we can have the trivia later on. Yeah, please go ahead with this.
So can
we proceed? Roshni, you're on mute.
Time limit for this?
I think one round.
You
one
can
more round.
wind it up quickly. Yeah, you can pick up any one person, maybe someone who is not have had any role. Toastmaster Nishchita, how about you?
Toastmaster Prima, right, miss?
You can pick up Nishchita. Yeah, you can pick up Nishchita, give her truth or dare. She is the most quiet one right now in the whole session.
Yeah, welcome, Toastmaster Nishchita.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hi. So yeah, would you like to choose a truth or the dare?
Truth, please.
Okay. What is something that no one knows about? Don't worry, your secret will be safe with us.
No one knows about me.
Yeah, about you.
I'll just pick up the Toastmasters over. Like, no one knows about me is I'm good at drawing and crafts. I'm good at making the clay works, clay artery. That's it.
And is there something which like no one else knows that only you know?
No one knows is I wanted to become a fashion designer.
Wow.
Wow.
But I ended up being a civil engineering and a quantity surveyor.
Oh, that's okay.
That's all. Thank you.
So, is there anyone else who wants to take part in the game? Should I spin the wheel or? Oh, the Toastmaster had her turn last.
We'll move on now. We'll move on to the next segment.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So I hand over stage to Toastmaster Bobby.
Now it's time to have another session. It's like Toastmasters speak their testimonials. And this segment will be conducted by Toastmaster Prema and the members. Over to you, Toastmaster Prema.
Thank you, Tia Modi. Am I audible? Clear?
Yeah. Okay.
So your story is a key that can unlock someone else's prison. Hence, let us take this opportunity to utilize the next few minutes to share at least one or more change, it can be minor or major, that Toastmasters has made in your life. Well, for me, I have used this forum to explore, to experience, and to excel. My journey in Toastmasters and the camaraderie that positively contributes to me in polishing my communication skills and leadership skills. And this is both personally and professionally. And as a bonus, what I have seen is that the list of contacts on my phone and the networking is gone higher. And this is the latest trend that I have been noticed of late. Overall, all in all, for me, Toastmaster fraternity is one of the blessing in disguise, one among the lots that I have gone through, which I am passionately enjoying. And now, similarly, I am sure Toastmaster is such a fraternity which means a lot to each one of us differently. But at the end of the day, the objective of why we are here is to make sure that this forum helps us improve our communication skills and leadership qualities as well. So without much ado, I would now want to call upon our next member. I think we can start with one of the senior Toastmasters, who is Toastmaster Surya. Can tell us your testimony on how Toastmasters will help you in your journey. Toastmaster Surya.
Okay, I just took a break for my water. I forgot what I'm supposed to say. Good about how I feel as a Toastmaster or
yes.
my journey?
Yes. How has Toastmaster helped you in your life, be it professional, personal? You have to give us a testimony today. Though I don't have all the guests have left, I believe, but it is still good to know because we learn and the inspiration for each of us are different. So please feel free to share your journey.
Definitely. Okay, now I'm not a very old Toastmaster. It's only been around 2 to 3 years, around 2.5 years. And by the grace of God, I'm a member of 3 clubs. I started with Leeds Toastmasters, then became a member of TGIS, and then with Pioneer Speech Weavers. And I'm associated with the Judges Forum also. I took the training for becoming a judge also. So last year contest and all, I was happily judging people also. So that has been so as a Toastmaster, and I have with the pathways, it's really very good because I finished one path is over, and the second path, my 3rd level, I have completed. I'm on the 4th level for my second path. So first one was presentation mastery, and the second one is motivational strategies. So basically speaking, I love Toastmasters because of the positive nature of almost every Toastmaster. It makes you all appreciate others, not just in this critical world where, everybody is highly depressed or negative and, people are actually cutting throat to become better than the other. Here you have a bunch of people who are always encouraging you and never letting you quit or say no. So I think it is a very good journey because last year contest also, I could take part in most of the contest debates and speeches, and I reached the division level also for the speeches and the debate, both sessions. This year I'm relaxing myself, but I'm learning more. Every meeting and every experience that you have as when you are a Toastmaster, you learn a lot. Especially people, they show you the best parts. I have got the best mentors and fellow Toastmasters, especially in Pioneers. It's a bunch of really nice, warm people who are really encouraging you, always pushing you ahead, and you feel so good. You really feel like going ahead and doing all the parts and things like that. And all the Toastmasters I have met in this short span, 2.5 years, I have always felt that it makes you more positive, it makes you more vibrant, and looking forward to life. So as a person, if you really want, especially in this COVID times, we are all locked up in our homes with only our families and things like that. Especially if you are a person who likes to interact, it's the best place. And even if you're shy, you overcome a lot of inhibitions. So Toastmasters can change your life a lot, depending on how you see it and how much you want to refine on your own self. And you also end up mentoring people. You do a lot of things that makes you feel totally confident about yourself and your life. So I think I must have overboarded time by now. It takes a lot of time. So let me stop now before I end up all the time and both the clubs come and strangle me. Thank you so much. And all to, my best wishes to be the best Toastmasters to all of you, because you all are gems. We all find our own hidden talents in this field. So best wishes to you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. And I think today she has spoken the purpose of all the Toastmasters who are here. But just to be fair, I would want another participant to be chosen from Showstoppers as well. So Toastmaster David, what is Toastmasters to you in your life?
Hi, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Well, what has Toastmasters been part of my life? Okay. Well, I've joined Toastmasters. I think it's approaching, no, it's 3 days past my 1 year anniversary of joining Toastmasters. I'm a member of 2 clubs, Westford University Toastmasters Club and the Showstoppers. Showstoppers I've joined, I think, 4 or 5 months ago. But Westford has been the year. And to be honest, I wasn't that certain what Toastmasters really was. My mom brought it up quite a while at home. And when I joined university, I was just like, okay, hey, do you have Toastmasters? What's it about? Like, what can I do? And many people, sometimes the people I used to ask are like, no, it's the way they introduced me to it was like, firstly, it's not a club where you make toast. I was just like, definitely, I don't see any toasters over here. So obviously we're doing something else. But well, when I started this club, I came through after we went to this competition, EEG. That's when the president, Nida, the immediate past president of our club, Toastmaster Nida, said, we really want you to be part of our club. And I was like, okay, sure, what do I do? She said, just speak. And see, the thing is, in school, I was given a lot of opportunity to speak, but you don't really find that much in terms of competition or in terms of having a designated platform for you to speak. Because, you have your boards exams to worry about, you have your sports to worry about, you have extracurriculars to worry about. So speaking wasn't really that much. Like whenever there was a competition, you had to do it. But at university or with Toastmasters, you have a designated club or a platform for to speak. And I used to consider myself, I thought that, I can take the talent I have in school to just go speak on stage. But when I came to the meeting for the first time and I heard her speak, and I was just floored. I was like, wow, there is so much scope for me to improve. And then we got invited to go to the division, ICDC, the inter-college debate competition. Our mentor, Ms. Kina, said, come on board. I was like, okay, debates, I've debated that in school. How different debating is in Toastmasters and how different debating is in school. I learned that over there. That was when I actually realized the magnitude of what Toastmasters really is, how it can introduce you to so many different speakers. And I realized if I want to hone my skill of speaking, if I consider myself a good speaker, Toastmasters is the way to go. And over 1 year, I've had so many different experiences where I've been given the opportunity to speak, especially with the pathways. Because you learn so much over there. And I can say, like, this year was the time where the university decided that you can be a mentor as well to speakers. And I was like, that's 1 year later. Wow. Because of Toastmasters, they're giving me that responsibility. And even looking for a job, they appreciate my speaking skills and communication, because that's really, really important. And that's something Toastmasters has done, and especially with Showstoppers, because TM Amita, TM Sridevi, TM DTM Anita keep exposing us to new speakers. And every time we have a meeting and there's a new guest who comes on board, you take notes from them. Like, especially when DTM David Griffith came, I was blown away. I thought like he was evaluating my speech. Like, he's a national champion, like, and he's evaluating my speech. So Toastmasters has been a lot for me, and I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you for giving my testimony.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. It is wonderful to know how Toastmasters is magically transforming each one of our members here today. And I wish I could give you more time, but just considering the time limit that we have to rush in finishing our meeting, over to our TMODs, the beautiful teacher and the student combination that we have today. Good combo.
We would have loved to hear more inspiring stories. Probably you should have kept a time limit of 1 minute so that many people, could get to know like what inspired them. So testimonies are very important so that we get to hear from many people.
I think going forward, we'll have this session in every meeting, at least 1 or 2 of them speaking every time about Toastmasters. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prema. So well you have created, and really we get insight of the members. And without further ado, now I would like to invite Toastmaster Roji for the trivia session. Now let's see who were listening very carefully throughout the meeting.
Audible? Yes. Thank you, TMOD Hawaii, for the generous introduction and welcome. And let us all have a very exciting and fun session testing our listening skills. So my first question is, the first item in this wonderful meeting. Which was the first item in this wonderful meeting?
UAE National Anthem.
Correct. I go to the second question. Which course did our PSW president, Toastmaster Shiva, pursue during his childhood? I mean, after his school days?
Financing and accounts.
The right term.
Yeah, okay.
I want the right term.
Costing and accounting.
Costing and accounting.
Yeah, somewhat near. It is cost management accountancy. That's what he mentioned. Now let me go to the third question. Toastmaster Shiva, president of PSW, said about SMART goal, which is applicable to each one of us. So what does SMART stands for?
Specific, measurable, achievable, reliable, and time-bound?
Time-bound.
Yes,
yeah.
Very right. Well done. Somebody in this meeting said, everything happens outside your comfort zone. Who is that respected Toastmaster who quoted that line?
Toastmaster Amita?
Yes, president of Showstoppers Club, Toastmaster Amita. Next one. Can anybody say the profession of both TMODs, the beautiful, elegant TMODs, TMOD Hawaii and TMOD Roshni?
Teacher and MBBS student.
Yes, very true, correct. What was the big event that was conducted yesterday on 26 November 2021?
Dubai.
Oh, have very good listening skills, huh? Next question. What was the word of the day?
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys remembered?
That was a good selection, Toastmaster David. And the word, the camaraderie between the two clubs is strengthening each second. I can see that. Toastmaster Sridevi, our first speaker, she mentioned the birthday date of both her babies, Madhav after 8 years and Meera after 4 years, I guess. So could you please mention the birthday dates either of Madhav or Meera?
One is in January, that's
January 25, 2018, Meera.
It's correct. And anybody can mention about mother? I can give you a clue, 2015. Which month and day? Date.
Okay. March 2015.
Yes, correct. The date? The day?
19th?
Yes, true. 19th March 2015. After long 8 years, we should all applaud for our being patient, consistent with hope. Toastmaster Sridevi, a great, what do you say, heartfelt wishes for you, your family, your babies. This is from PSW and Showstoppers too, please.
Thank you so much.
Our second speaker, our dear Toastmaster Roshan, mentioned 3 animals in his speech. Can you please name them?
Bulla cat,
and one small animal.
Rat.
Correct. 3 animals. Yes, that's right. Who attempted the third table topic idea?
Ischita? No, sorry.
No, Roji.
Roji.
No.
Priyanka.
Yes, Priyanka, general
Only
evaluator.
3 people, so easy to guess.
True, right.
There is a bird sanctuary, which TMOD Hawaii mentioned, which is in Abu Dhabi. What is the name of the bird?
Yes,
Sarbanias.
Banias. How many countries are participating in Expo 2020?
192.
Very good. So, the story behind the logo, can anyone condense into one statement?
A ring 4,000 years back.
Very good. It's an artifact. So that is the word that stands out, artifact.
Artifact, yes.
Yeah. One of our Toastmaster, a respected Toastmaster, want to go for a world tour if given a week.
Raji.
Very correct. And somebody said, some respected Toastmaster said, there is the list of contacts and the networking is getting higher and higher with
Toastmaster
the Toastmasters.
Toastmaster Prema.
Yes, our beloved Toastmaster Prema, correct. And one Toastmaster, another esteemed Toastmaster is a part of the Judges Forum. Which Toastmasters?
Surya.
Very good. And somebody is sitting and spinning the wheel. Which Toastmaster was that?
Roshni.
Now, that's it. It's fine, right? We have to keep the time.
Fun. Yes.
Thank you so much.
We all get
Over to you,
prizes, right?
TMODs.
Yes, we all are very attentive.
Very true. The listening skills are improving. And even I got a chance not to be intensely listening. Thank you so much, especially to the TMODs today, who is really steering the show. Great work. And to all the participants, over to you.
Thank you. Now, before closing, according to this agenda, before our closing, I would like to call upon General Evaluator Toastmaster Priyanka Prasad once again to grace the occasion and take over the podium and give us the feedback for the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you very much, TMOD. And it's Priyanka Prasad, if it's okay.
Sorry, apologies, Toastmaster Priyanka Prasad.
No problem at all. Yeah. And thank you very much, and Toastmaster Raji, for giving me this role. And it's first time being a general evaluator, so I'll try to do my best. And also, first things first is I would like to congratulate PSW and Showstoppers to conduct this amazing joint meeting. Kudos to all of you. I think we all deserve a pat on the back, really. So we all the XCOM, the presidents, everyone, Toastmaster Shiva, Toastmaster Amita, XCOM, and also your area director is very, very helpful. And I can see she's doing a wonderful job helping you guys out in the meeting. It's truly amazing to see that. So first things first, the meeting started way before and you had a really good networking time. And I was seeing that there's really a sense of camaraderie between the PSW and Showstoppers, Toastmasters, which is great to see, especially in the joint meeting. And So I think we didn't have the SAA, and Toastmaster Hawaii took over instead of the SAA, and she did a great job as well. She played the UAE national anthem, which is a good thing to do, especially since the team is celebrating the 50th birthday of UAE, which is really great, and that's brownie points for that. And she explained the mission. She explained the taboo topics, the online etiquette, and the Zoom features, which is very helpful, especially for people who don't know about the platform. That's a good thing. And also about Toastmasters, the values, integrity, and what we support and what we stand for, which is really a good thing, which I haven't seen in many of the meetings, which is a great thing. One thing I would love to see you more is Toastmaster Hawaii is a little bit of energy in the start would have been great. I think you that would have maybe you must be nervous, or I'm not sure what happened, but then you did well. But if there was a little more energy, it would have been great, because you're the SA and you should set up the energy for the rest of the meeting. So your faces seen first by all of the members and guests. So it would be great if you had a little bit of energy. And next we move on to the presidents, Toastmaster Shiva and Toastmaster Amita. Great job done there with Toastmaster Shiva started with a story. He told us about smart goals and how your goals should be attainable, achievable. Also, he added a lot of humor to it, which is great to listen to. And Toastmaster Amita gave us also quite a lot of wisdom about the vitamin C we need to have in every club meeting. That's also a great thing to do. And yeah, and then we have two TMODs, which is like double the trouble kind of thing. But it's really nice to have wonderful TMODs, Toastmaster Hawaii, who's done a great job, and Toastmaster Roshni with a beautiful smile. Very good presentation done. You really know how the things work. You were prepared. You came prepared. Especially Toastmaster Hawaii gave us a lot of knowledge about UAE and almost also about the expo, which is really good. And we have something to take back home with that. And also one suggestion I would like to give is whenever you're presenting, it will be great if you keep the PowerPoint presentations in presentation mode. So it'll be easier for you to navigate while sharing it on a platform, in a virtual platform. Yes, and Toastmaster Roshni, yes, I think she did a wonderful job as well. The TMODs are really great because they both knew what to do. And now moving on to the word master of the day, Toastmaster David. Great energy and also an awesome word which is related to the theme of the meeting. That's really good. And also very innovative way of presenting. I've never seen a word master adding personal photographs. That was like that you personalize that particular presentation, which is really good, something which I've never seen before, and it's great to see something new always. And you had a round robin session. You encouraged people to use the word, which is good, and you were calm and composed throughout your delivery. Really good job done there. Nothing more, no suggestions. I think you should keep on the energy and do whatever you do in the best way possible. And moving on to prepared speeches, Toastmaster Sridevi and Toastmaster Roshan, great job done. I think the evaluators, Toastmaster Raji and Toastmaster Amita has done great justice, and as evaluator speeches very well. However, I feel for the evaluators, I feel it's better to refrain from saying the target speakers. It's better to address them with their name. I feel that's a more better way of addressing your speakers. Also, one thing for the speakers, it would be great when you're standing and speaking. There's this problem with the virtual background. When you have the virtual background, your hand gestures get cut off. So that's one issue which happens, especially in a virtual platform. So whenever it's speaker speaking, it's better that the speakers make sure that they remove their virtual background and stay in a plain white wall or somewhere, so which they're comfortable in, and then speak. So their hand gestures are seen by the evaluator and the audience. Table topics, Toastmaster Surya, wonderful topic. Idiotic idioms, something which is very innovative and very creative, and also make us think, which is really good actually. So it's also something to speak about. However, I'm not a big fan of table topics, but I think the others did really well. And then the thing is, a few sessions where you could have presented the PPT in a presentation mode, one thing, and also it would have been better if you could have described a few more on table topics and what is the benefit of table topics, so the guests also get to know why is table topics incorporated in a Toastmasters meeting. That is one thing which you could have included in your speech, and also very good energy. Keep it up, and yeah, just include this purpose of the speech whenever you're doing table topics next time. And the evaluators, Toastmaster Raji, Toastmaster Amita, nothing more to say. Seasoned evaluators, I must say, then experienced ones more than me, and I think they did a great job. And then next was our talent show, which is something new. I think it's since it's a joint meeting, and it's great to have something like that. Especially Truth or Dare is something which scares most of the people, especially me. And then I think Toastmaster Roshni did it so effortlessly. She was very cool, and she has, even though they were technical glitches, she handled it very seamlessly. And congrats and kudos to you, Toastmaster Roshni. And I was about to write, some people may not know about Truth and I was about to write that suggestion, and that time Toastmaster Shiva came up and advised Roshni to tell about Truth or Dare game, and then they got to know. So your president covered you up there. Okay, so it will be great whenever you're conducting a game. It would be great to tell out the rules of the game whenever you're doing it, so others also get to know what kind of a game it is and what they're expecting. And now we have the testimonials done by Toastmaster Prema. A wonderful thing, actually, especially for the guests, people who are coming to a Toastmasters meeting for the first time. It will be great for them to know how it is benefiting. Also, it's great to listen to their stories and their experiences. It motivates others to do more and contribute more, which is actually a good thing. Toastmaster Surya and Toastmaster David, very well done. Actually, the concise your experiences of 2 years are put into a small paragraph, which is actually very meaningful and very helpful to others as well. And yes, also one suggestion would have been great if Toastmaster Prema would have set a time limit on the speakers, because I think if you talk about Toastmasters, we get carried away. It's completely natural, but it would have been great so you can incorporate more speakers. So it would have been great if you kept a small time span, maybe 1 to 2 minutes is enough. If that was there, then we could have incorporated more speakers and they would have got their feedback as well. And I think, yes, and also the trivia master, how can I forget her? She has done a wonderful job, Toastmaster Roji. Really kudos to you. And also the questions were really good, and I think the audience were all very attentively listening, and everybody has an answer to your question. It was really wonderful. And yeah, we are a little bit late, but it's okay, since I know it's a joint meeting and there'll be technical glitches. It is completely fine. But I congratulate all the members of PSW and ShowStoppers for putting up this wonderful show and great initiative of a joint meeting. And I think it was an amazing meeting to be part of, and a Saturday evening well spent, I must say. Thank you very much, and back to TM Modi.
Hey, all, welcome back. Now it's time to say bye. Don't like to say bye, would like to say more and more about the theme and be with you all, but anyway, just one thing. Which national symbol is there on 1 dirham coin? It's a national symbol. Can anyone name it fast?
Teapot.
Dallas. The Dallas.
Dallas. Yeah. National animal of UAE. Fast. National
oryx.
animal.
Oryx. The Arabian oryx. The Arabian oryx.
Bird.
Falcon.
The falcon.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
is very sharp in this. Okay.
And which is the national tree of UAE?
Banyan.
Yes. Okay. So nothing much to say. I want to say much about this country who has brought all of us together. This country, because of this country, we are together. We are having that strength, camaraderie, fellowship, friendship. Everything is because of this country. It gives us many things to explore, to earn our livelihood, to cherish our dreams. to set our goals. And wish we all can do something for this country, a very beautiful country. From its sand dunes, it has become a place like a heaven. It's a miracle in its own self. So kudos and once all the respect to all the leaders of this country and their vision as well. With that, I would hand over the podium to Toastmaster Roshni. Bye all. A evening well spent with you all.
Hope you all had a wonderful session. It was so nice to meet all of you, the Showstoppers and the PSW Club. And I had a really amazing time. My fellow TMOD Toastmaster Havovi, she was really helpful because this was my first host being so yeah, she helped me a lot. So thank you all, and yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the session.
Yes, we did.
Now it's time to announce the winners. So did anything magical happen by moving out of the comfort zone? Yes, the smiles and the camaraderie in the club picture will tell you that. It is time now to have the best table topic speaker, which I'm going to announce, and it goes to Toastmaster Roji.
Thank you.
I will hand over the stage to Toastmaster Shiva to do the honors to announce the best speaker and the best evaluator. Toastmaster Shiva, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhita, my fellow president. The best evaluation award goes to Toastmaster Raji.
Thank you.
And the best speaker for today's session is the mother who loves the best. Toastmaster Sridevi. And thank you very much for all the participants. PSW's next meeting will be on 11th of December. So see you all there. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful
Bye all.
session.
Thank you very
all.
much.
Bye, Roshni. Bye. All. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sridevi, for
Bye-bye,
bringing
everyone.
bringing your beautiful mess on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, we found one.
Thank
Yeah,
you
good
very
night.
much.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night,
you all. Yeah, bye.
Congratulations to the
Have a good
winners.